So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our introduction session for B.Sc in Biological Science. My name is Dr. Keith Mai, and I am the program leader for this program at HKU SPACE. So, this program is a collaboration with Edinburgh Napier University, a leading UK university. So, let's get right into the talk. So, this program is a two-year top-up part-time degree offered in collaboration with HKU SPACE and ENU. It is an exempted course under the non-local higher and professional education regulation ordinance. So pardon the technical difficulties. Yes, so who is this program for? So this program is designed for students that have a biological or medical laboratory science background. Perhaps you work currently in some sort of laboratory or research center or factory, and you want to take the next step in your academic or working career, and you want to get that degree or honors degree level education. Okay, yes. Pardon the technical difficulties. Let's start again here. So this program is for students that have a biological or medical laboratory science background, and they're looking to progress in their academic or educational backgrounds through getting a degree or an honors degree. So this program helps build core biological science knowledge with specialist training in biological testing. And I guess we'll get into more details once we talk about the actual modules. And the program is delivered via lectures, tutorials, and hands-on practicals in a blended learning mode. So you'll come to Hong Kong U-Space learning centers to listen to lectures, either delivered by our local tutors who are working academics or professionals in the field, or ENU staff that's are also academics at the university. And sometimes they will also be delivered, the ENU staff will deliver lectures online through Zoom. And the practicals will be held at our biomedical science laboratory. So the entry requirements for the program. So students that want to apply to this program should have a higher diploma or an associate degree in a related biological science. So unfortunately, we do not take students directly from HKDSE. You have to have at least some degree level of biological science knowledge. So examples of this could include food science, analytical testing, medical laboratory science, biomedical science. There are a number of degrees that you could have. Second option is to have a higher certificate or higher diploma in medical laboratory science. So the higher certificate is offered by HKU SPACE. And if you don't have a background in either of those, then you can consider taking our Hong Kong U SPACE courses, the Advanced Diploma in Bioscience and the Advanced Diploma in Applied Bioscience. So these two programs are also part-time programs that are designed for students that want to switch into the biological science or biomedical science field, but have no background at all coming from D.Sc or secondary education, and they want to they still want to work, but they also want to get the necessary credits to apply to our program. So we have these two programs as well. And this also goes for students that also already have a degree or sub-degree in other subjects, but don't have the necessary science background. And for students that already have a B.Sc in a relevant discipline, we can consider an advanced entry into the program. And that will go into the year 2 entry. We'll talk about that once we get to the modules. So the program is split into year 1 and year 2. We have 11 modules here. And once the students have completed modules 1 to 6, they will be awarded 120 credits and the Bachelor of Science in Biological Science, what we call the ordinary degree. And if the students can complete all 11 modules, they will receive 240 credits and be awarded the Bachelor of Science Honors in Biological Science degree. And this is offered by Edinburgh Napier University. So these are the module titles for year 1. So starting things off, we have genes and inheritance. This is more of a background knowledge module that we want everyone to help catch up because this is a very fundamental module that's necessary for success in the other modules. And this module is this is where you will learn about genetics and molecular biology. And most of these modules, they will have lecture sessions and practical sessions as well. Next, we have infection and immunity. We'll talk about more of an applied sense, looking at how microbiology plays a part in the human body, how it affects us, and how our body can respond to those threats. Next, we have food microbiology and biotechnology. So this is, again, a more applied module, looking at how microbes they have a lot of different functions. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, and how we can manipulate those microbes to help us as humans. The fourth module is immunology. Again, this is more of an applied module, and looking at those infections and how our body responds to that. But this is a bit more specific with how our body responds. So we will look at different types of immune systems and also how vaccines can play a big part in that. Next, we have research methods. So research methods is technically it's a bit more theoretical, but it's also very hands-on part of the course because this is split into 2 modules, or so 2 parts in the module. We have a part that's looking at literature review or literature research, how what other scientists have done in the field, and how we can find those other works by scientists, and how to evaluate whether they're good work or not. And the second part of the module is looking at statistics. So, and those things are definitely very applicable to further progression in academia and in the workplace. And finally, we have clinical biochemistry, again, a more practical module. This is looking at the different analytes that are part of the tests that are done when we do like a body check. So this part I will leave to a video from our module leaders to describe a bit more. Oh, sorry. And then the completion of these 6 modules will lead to the award of the Bachelor of Science in Biological Science. So here we have the year 2 modules. We only have 5 modules. So first one is microbial biotechnology. Microbial biotechnology is, again, a more applied module. And this will look at the different techniques that can be used to manipulate the microbes. And in molecular medicine is we'll take the knowledge that we gained in the genes and inheritance module in molecular biology, and then apply it to medicine. So we're looking at things like the genomics, bioinformatics, that sort of thing. And applied toxicology, I'll leave up to the module leader to describe in the following video. And then we have the research and work-based project. So in trimester 3, the students will get an opportunity to do their own research project. We will assign a supervisor to each student, and they will get to do their own independent research and present it to their peers. And also pharmacology and pathobiology, I believe, we'll leave up to our module leaders to share with us. Again, once we complete the year 1 and year 2 modules, the students can be awarded the Bachelor of Science honors degree in biological science. So after my sharing of a basic the entry into the B.Sc biological science program, I would love to share some videos that are presented by the module leaders at ENU.
I am the program leader for the B.Sc. Hello, my name is Dr. Osama Ammar, and I am the program leader for the B.Sc. program in Biological Sciences, Hong Kong Suite. And I would like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce myself, share my background, and outline my area of expertise and give you a summary about this program. I'm a lecturer in drug discovery and pharmaceutical science within the School of Applied Sciences at Edinburgh Napier University. In addition to my role as a program leader, I'm also a member of Royal Society of Chemistry Education Community Scotland Committee, and I'm a pharmacist by training. I completed my undergraduate B.Sc degree in pharmaceutical sciences at the Faculty of Pharmacy at Ahram Canadian University in Egypt, where I later worked as an assistant lecturer in pharmaceutical chemistry for over 5 years, where I delivered teaching and supporting learning in the pharmaceutical chemistry and other related chemistry modules. During this time, I also obtained my master's degree in pharmaceutical chemistry from Faculty of Pharmacy at Cairo University. Following this, I moved to South Korea in 2017 to pursue my PhD in biological chemistry within Professor Woo Chang-hyun Research Group at Korea Institute of Science and Technology, where I target the protein kinases in cancer disease, particularly in melanoma disease. After completing my PhD in 2020, I moved to the UK to join Professor Simon Mackay Research Group at the University of Strathclyde as a postdoctoral research associate in medicinal chemistry, where I worked for 2 years developing new compounds targeting IKK kinase enzyme in prostate cancer. In 2022, I joined Edinburgh Napier University as a lecturer in drug discovery, where I contribute to both teaching and research in medicinal chemistry and early stage drug discovery as well. In terms of my research expertise, I have over 10 years of experience in the early drug discovery, particularly focusing on targeting the protein kinases in cancer, particularly the BRAF kinase enzyme in melanoma disease. My work involved designing new compounds, running molecular docking simulation using computer softwares, and to identify the potential binding interactions between the designed compound and the active site of these target proteins, trying to synthesize these compounds in the lab, purify them, and try to test them in the biologically to identify their biological activity inside the cell line. I'm fortunate to work with a fantastic multidisciplinary research team dedicated to identify potential therapeutic candidates of our design compound. A few words about our university. Edinburgh Napier University is located in Edinburgh, which is the capital city of Scotland. Scotland is the upper part of the United Kingdom. Scotland is a truly beautiful country, and I always enjoy exploring its wonderful landscape and historical sites as well. The university has 3 campuses: Craiglockhart, Mercaston, Sighthill, which is where the School of Applied Sciences is based. Our school provides excellent learning experiences across a wide range of disciplines, including biological sciences, criminology, psychology, sociology, sports and exercise science, and teacher education as well. For this program, which is a B.Sc Biological Science Hong Kong suite, this program is delivered in a partnership between Edinburgh Napier University and Hong Kong SPACE. The program offers the students the opportunity to study a broad range of topics in biological sciences through different modules, as mentioned here in this table, through a blended learning approach delivered in a collaboration between the staff members from both institutions, Edinburgh Napier University and Hong Kong SPACE as well. You will also hear from several and a number of module leaders who will provide an overview of their modules, including the content and the expected learning outcomes the students should receive and obtain at the end of their modules. I very much look forward to meeting you soon, either online or in person during my upcoming visit to Hong Kong SPACE. Thank you very much for your time, and see you later.
Hello, my name is Eva Malone and I am a Professor of Bioscience Education and Immunology at Edinburgh Napier University, and I am Module Leader for the module Immunology. I am passionate about the subject area immunology and have a long track record of working in this discipline. Leading this module is a highlight of my academic year. I get to deliver this version of the module and also a sister module of the same name in Edinburgh in the UK as well. And I have a long track record of working collaboratively with the team at Hong Kong University SPACE. My career has taken me through different aspects of immunology. I have investigated immunoparasitology, exercise immunology, and looked at nanotoxicology from the aspect of the immune system. My research now focuses more on science communication around immunology, in particular around vaccines and the HPV vaccine, and I work a lot with young people to empower them to make informed choices around vaccination. And I take all of that expertise that I have and experience, and I have embedded it into the module, and I use it to support students who are studying the immunology modules. As part of the module, we'll cover lots of topics related to your immune system, such as acute inflammation and different cells like B cells, T cells, and processes like antigen presentation. And as part of that journey and your learning, you will come across and learn a new language. And I will support you in that, along with the local tutors in the Hong Kong team, so that you can communicate about immunology. And that's one of the challenges of this module, is the new language that you will learn. But I have years of experience supporting students to learn this new language. And as you go through the module, in addition to learning how the immune system functions, we'll also look at what happens when things go wrong, and focus in on immunopathologies such as allergies or autoimmune disease. And then we'll also look at how we can shape the immune system for our benefit, and we'll have a focus on vaccination in particular, and we'll look at how vaccines can help develop the immune system for our benefit. So we'll start by learning how the immune system functions, the parts of that. We'll break down into specific topics, and then I will help you to bring that knowledge and pull it all together so you can understand how this complicated, multifactorial system works for our benefit. And then we'll look at what happens when things go wrong. And to do that, we have our lectures and tutorials. The local team will support you as well as I. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to get to visit Hong Kong, which is again another highlight of my year. But I will, if I can't get to visit in person, I will meet up with you online so that I can support and check in and answer your questions and engage in discussion around the topics, and also to support you with the assessments on the module. We've got a module reading list to help you as you go through the module. The module, in addition to lectures and tutorials, well, there's also a practical element, so you'll be in the lab developing your skills and topics and techniques related to immunology. And then we'll guide you in independent research and reading and support you with that on our virtual learning environment, Moodle. So you'll be listening to other colleagues talk about their modules as part of the program. I'm completely biased, but I think immunology is one of the best in terms of the topic and what you're going to learn. And I hope that I will have the opportunity of supporting you and your learning around immunology in the future. Thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Donald Morrison. I'm an Associate Professor at Edinburgh Napier University, and I'm the module leader for the Food Microbiology and Biotechnology module, which HKU SPACE teach as part of their biological science degree program. I have got 30 years experience teaching and working in microbiology. I worked for 20 years as a microbiologist in a public health laboratory. And since then, I've been working on both research and teaching of microbiology. My colleague, Professor Sophie Foley, has got extensive experience in the food industry. She worked for Nestle, and recently she has been working with several small cheese manufacturers in Scotland. The module itself, we've divided into 3 sections. We've called them the good, the bad, and the ugly microbes and how they impact food. So we deal first of all with the ugly microbes. These are the ones that cause food spoilage. Our second unit is on the good bacteria, those that enhance food, mainly through fermentation, whether yogurts, beer, wine, and many other foods. And finally, we look at the bad bacteria, the pathogens, and these are the ones that cause food poisoning and foodborne disease. And it's the aspect of how we limit the risk of pathogens in our food.
Hi, my name is Dr. Amy Poole. I'm an Associate Professor here at Edinburgh Napier University within the School of Applied Sciences. I've been teaching here for nearly 15 years, specialising in research, modules, projects, all within the broad field of molecular biology, which is what I'm really interested in. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about me and what I'm interested in, and then tell you a little bit about the modules that I'll be leading on within the programme. So I graduated in 2011 with a PhD in molecular neuroscience, which I obtained down in England, where I was studying the molecular mechanisms underlying learning and memory within the zebrafinch brain. And that was to help us better understand how learning and memory worked. Shortly after that, I joined Edinburgh Napier, where I set up a research programme looking at molecular signalling in the brain following ischemic stroke. And we were investigating new potential drug targets to extend the therapeutic window after a stroke occurred. More recently, I've moved away from brain and I work on prostate cancer, trying to uncover novel biomarkers and new therapeutic targets for the more aggressive types of neuroendocrine prostate cancer. I've always been really fascinated with molecular biology and how we can harness the power of genomics, transcriptomics, proteomics to predict disease, to treat disease, and to design better, more powerful treatments. Now, I'm quite new to the Hong Kong programme, but I'm really looking forward to teaching you the key concepts in genetics, in molecular biology, from the basics all the way up to learning about precision medicine, how we can predict human health and disease from birth. These are really fast-moving fields, so I'll make sure that you're getting all the cutting-edge information and developments. So on the programme, I'll be your module leader for 2 modules, genes inheritance and molecular medicine. So genes inheritance is a level 8 module on the programme, and it's designed to give you an introduction to molecular biology. In this module, you would learn about the key concepts of genomics and genetics, both in humans and in prokaryotes and microbes, including important processes such as DNA replication and gene expression. We'll take time to look at what happens when DNA is damaged or mutated and how this leads to genetic diversity and disease. We'll also cover horizontal gene transfer, the basics of molecular cloning and how these can be used in genetic engineering and biotechnology. This module also has labs where you'll undertake plasmid extraction, gel electrophoresis, you'll use PCR, polymerase chain reaction. These are really key basic molecular biology techniques, and you'll be learning all about good laboratory practice as you go along. So hopefully you'll be able to put some of the theory into practice in the lab, which will really help your learning. Molecular medicine is a level 10 module where we'll build on the knowledge that you gain from genes inheritance and some of the other modules. This module really is addressing the rapidly advancing field where diseases are studied at a molecular level. So on this module, you'll explore the concepts of pharmacogenomics, predictive medicine. You'll study techniques involving the manipulation and measurement of DNA, RNA, and proteins. We'll introduce you to bioinformatics, which is a really key skill for working in this field. Through a series of lectures, tutorials, workshops, you'll come to understand all of the current developments that are taking place in the field of molecular medicine and appreciate the application of techniques to areas of interest in biomedical sciences, microbiology, biotechnology. What I really want you to understand and appreciate is the power of genomics, how we can interpret and analyze and understand the data so that you'll have all the skills and confidence to progress in this dynamic field of biomedicine. I really look forward to seeing you on the programme.
Hi, my name's Dave Smith. I am a lecturer at Edinburgh Napier University, and I'll be leading in the module in research methods. I just wanted to take this opportunity to walk you through what you'll be covering in this module and to tell you about something about the staff who are involved in the teaching at the Edinburgh Napier end. So, as I said, my name is David Smith. I'm the module leader, but the module is very much divided into two parts. The first part, which I tend to focus on, is the literature review part, where you'll be looking at literature and critically appraising it. And the second part of the module is more about statistical analysis. That part of the module is led by Professor Rob Bryars. So just to let you know a little bit about ourselves, Rob is a professor in ecology and biodiversity within the School of Applied Sciences. He does have a strong interest in ecology, but another string to his bow is that he's very interested in data analysis. In Edinburgh Napier, we tend to use R as a method of analysing statistics, but in this particular module, you'll be using Minitab, which is a bit more straightforward, and the local tutors have got much more experience in that. So Rob will be organising that part of the module, which comes in the second half of the trimester. I'll be leading the literature part of the module, which is the first part of the trimester. And just to let you know a little bit about myself, I'm originally a graduate in agriculture a long time ago in 1985. I graduated from a Welsh university there, and after a little bit of time teaching, I returned to academia and did an MSc in tropical animal health to the Centre for Tropical Veterinary Medicine in Edinburgh, and then did a PhD at the Royal Dick School of Veterinary Medicine in Edinburgh. More recently, I've done qualifications, more qualifications. Recently got an MBA in educational leadership from a Finnish university. So I was a teacher for a good many years, particularly at the beginning of my career. I was teaching a lot in Africa, in Botswana, but I've also taught in Zimbabwe and Ethiopia. And I did a little bit of research work in Bolivia. After I left Botswana, I became a research fellow at the Centre for Tropical Veterinary Medicine for a number of years. I then went on to the University of Aberdeen, and then I joined Edinburgh Napier in 2007, originally in the School of Health and Social Care. I transferred over to the School of Applied Sciences in about 2010. This, as I said, is quite a module of two parts, but these modules are both fundamental to your understanding of the scientific process. So what you learn here is fundamental research skills in terms of the critical appraisal of literature, and going on from there, the analysis of data that you might generate from any projects. So it's really quite these are really quite fundamental research skills which you can apply both in your professional life and your academic life. So they are very useful skills. The module is divided into two parts. The first part of the module is spent on you looking at literature, choosing a topic that your local tutor will give you, and finding papers that relate to that topic and critically analysing them, saying what's good about it, what's good about them, and what's not so good about them. And then in the second part of the trimester, you'll be led by local tutors, taught by local tutors in class, and you'll be doing some data analysis based on a statistical package called Minitab, which is a very easy to use piece of software that gives you really good quality data. So thanks for listening. I hope you will enjoy the module when you join us, and I look forward to seeing your work. Goodbye for now.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sharon Vass, and I'm an Associate Professor in Biomedical Science here at Edinburgh Napier University. I'm also the module leader for two of the modules that run on our undergraduate programme, and those are pharmacology and pathobiology and clinical biochemistry. I'm also the programme leader for the MSc in biomedical science, which is offered by our partner in Hong Kong University SPACE. And this is a course that some of you might want to enrol for after you have completed your undergraduate programme. So to tell you a little bit about the modules then, pharmacology and pathobiology is a module that provides an introduction to some of the concepts that we need to learn about when we're studying pharmacology. So these are concepts revolving around what drugs do to our bodies and how we can measure these effects, and also what our bodies do to the drugs. This module has some practical laboratory practicals that run, and these allow you to gain some hands-on experience doing a number of different techniques in the lab, including doing cell-based assays and also looking at the effectiveness of some over-the-counter medications. The assessments for pharmacology and pathobiology include the delivery of a poster and also a final exam, and you're given lots of support and help on how to navigate the question styles in that exam. The second module that I am also module leader for is clinical biochemistry, and both of these topics are at the very heart of biomedical science and hopefully will be of interest to those of you that might want to go on and perhaps work in hospital or clinical environments. Clinical biochemistry looks at all the different organs and systems within the body and how we can measure whether these systems are working properly. It also looks at the different types of analytes and how these might be altered in a disease state. For example, we will cover body systems such as the liver, the kidney, acid-base balance, and also hormones. And we will look at some of the parameters when things that affect these systems go wrong. There are also some laboratories associated with clinical biochemistry, and again, you'll get an opportunity to undertake science that's relevant to this particular module. And also, one of the assessments for this is the production of a lab report based on some of the work that you'll undertake in the lab. This module also completes with an online exam. As I've worked closely with the team in Hong Kong for a number of years now, I've been the PL for the MSc programme for about 8 years. I quite often come out to visit Hong Kong, so I'll look forward to perhaps meeting some of you on one of the visits. I highly recommend this programme. It's an inspiring programme, and the working between Hong Kong and the UK is a really satisfying and it's a great thing to be part of. So hopefully I'll see you in the not too distant future. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Professor Peter Barlow and I am the module leader for applied toxicology. I just wanted to take this opportunity to share a little bit of information about myself and about the module Applied Toxicology, which is a really dynamic and exciting module that exists within our programme suite. It's delivered in a blended manner, so that means online and in person, and it's delivered to our HKU SPACE and Edinburgh Napier students that are based in Hong Kong. I just wanted to start by sharing a little bit about my background and expertise, and then I'll lead into a little bit about the module as well. So I started my career by doing an undergraduate and a PhD degree at Edinburgh Napier University, or Napier University as it was called back then, finishing in 2004. My PhD was on the effects of air pollution particles on clearance mechanisms within the lung. So I looked at how air pollution particles could actually exert toxic effects in the lung by interfering with the ability of cells to remove those particles. It was a really interesting experience and it set me up for what followed. In 2005, I moved to the University of Edinburgh Centre for Inflammation Research, and I was there for just under 5 years as a postdoctoral research fellow. It was there that I developed an interest in the activities of host defence peptides, again within the lung, and I looked at how the innate immune system interacted with different infections such as viruses, and that was really interesting as well because we also thought about that in the context of existing inflammation which can be caused by toxic mechanisms such as air pollution exposure. In 2009, I moved to the United States, to Atlanta, Georgia, and I worked as an Associate Service Fellow within the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, I was there from 2009 to 2011, and depending on how old you are, you might recall that was about the time that the novel H1N1 pandemic occurred. And I was actually based within the influenza division of CDC within the molecular virology and vaccines branch. So I transitioned from looking at inflammation in the lung to having more of a focus on infection in the lung and looking at that at the molecular level. So I was at CDC for about 2.5 years, I think, and that was a really fantastic experience working for the US federal government and responding to those emergent events. After that, I moved back to Edinburgh Napier University. It was the first institution that offered me a lectureship back in the UK. I moved back in 2011 and I've been here ever since. I've transitioned from being a lecturer. I was appointed to my first lectureship back in 2011 and then subsequently promoted to reader, and then associate professor, and then professor. I'm currently interim dean of the School of Applied Sciences, and just before that I served as head of research as well as founding director of the Centre for Biomedicine and Global Health. I really love working within Edinburgh Napier University. The people are absolutely fantastic and the student experience that I think we give is absolutely second to none. I also have an external role. Since 2023, I've been an independent scientific advisor on immunotoxicity. So that essentially is the understanding the toxic effects of different compounds and substances on the immune system. And I serve that role as a member of the Committee on the Toxicity of Chemicals in Food, Consumer Products and the Environment, and that's a committee that sits within the Food Standards Agency. So that's really important because what it means is I bring a very applied focus to the teaching that we undertake in applied toxicology. So just to talk a wee bit about what the module is focused on, it's a really, really interesting module, but the main thing to emphasize is that it's really applied. So we look at lots of different approaches in terms of modeling toxicity, in terms of understanding how and why different compounds are toxic in a different variety of models, including in vitro, in vivo, ex vivo, and in silico. And we look at that with a critical view, with a critical lens. So that's really, really valuable for our students. We also have a focus on in utero exposure, so reproductive toxicology, and we think about target organ toxicity as well. So all of these things are absolutely critical and really important for both the learning outcomes of this module, but for what happens after you graduate. So I hope that gives you a very brief introduction both to me and to the module. I'm really excited to see you very soon. And I hope that this has been useful. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope that you got a brief idea about the B.Sc Biological Science program from the different module leaders at ENU. So before we finish, I'd like to give a little bit of background about the articulation scheme into the programs that we offer at HKU SPACE. So as I said, this program is the B.Sc in Biological Science. It is a top-up degree. And our target student group is those that have a higher diploma or associate degree in biological science or related science. And they can go directly into the program. Also, the students that have a higher certificate in medical laboratory science that can go into this program. And if you don't have a background with the higher diploma or associate degree level in biological science, then we recommend that you can also look at our other part-time programs, such as the advanced diploma in bioscience. So this, together with the advanced diploma in applied bioscience, are basically the equivalent of a year 1 and year 2 associate or higher diploma degree in biological science or bioscience. And you can complete those programs and meet the credit requirements to join the B.Sc in biological science program. So if you already have a sub-degree or even a degree in other fields, you may consider looking at the advanced diploma in bioscience. Of course, if you already have a degree but you also still want to join the program, you're welcome to do so as well. And you might be considered for advanced entry into year 2. And if you complete the B.Sc in biological science program, if you want to continue your academic progression, you can consider the MSc in biomedical science program. That's also a 2-year part-time program that we offer in collaboration with Edinburgh Napier University. Now, for students that want to get their professional recognition, you may also consider looking at the higher certificate in medical laboratory science. So if you complete this program as well, if you complete this program, then you can get the medical laboratory technologist the license. You can get the Part 2 license, and that will allow you to work with clinical samples in medical laboratory. Okay, so I think that's about it. We've covered most of the things here. So thank you very much. And do we have any questions? Okay, so we have a question about the entry requirements for the program. And so, like I said, we will have to look at the we'll have to look at the applicants, your individual profile. And generally speaking, we need to have the 240 credits, the equivalent of 240 credits at well, this one says the Scottish qualification, but it's also the same equivalent credits for Hong Kong U Space. So we need to look at the total number of credits, which is 240 credits, and also the type of credits that you have. So they have to be related to biological science. So in your case, I would recommend that you apply this year, and we will take a look at your profile and your complete background to see if it fits our requirements. Okay, if no further questions, then thank you very much for attending, and I hope to see you in September.